Happy Thursday, Grace Covenant. I'm out for a walk out in Fletcher. There's some beautiful leaves changing out here. Huckleberry's with me. Hey, Huckleberry. And these walks and runs that I do in the morning are basically like life-saving measures for me. I feel so much just the activation of just so much collective anxiety right now in the world about everything that's going on. Changes, losses, violence, all the kind of sense of foreboding about, another election. I think our culture is probably like traumatized by elections by now. They're so contentious and so difficult. And there's just such unknowns, and no matter where you are on the political spectrum, it feels like every election is just the whole future of the universe depends on it. So those are all like huge stress points, and our bodies are, really working overtime to just try to metabolize all of what is happening. And so these walks for me, and running, walking, just being outside, is just a way for my nervous system to be reminded that there is a ground, that there is enough oxygen, that there is a world that's really big. It's infinite, actually. And so that does help settle my nervous system. I listed all those changes, but I didn't even talk about the changes happening at Grace Covenant, just in our own little community. We are now underway with a search for actually 2 new staff members. So one is the music director. We're looking for a new music director. We're welcoming Shane and Wayne, our interim team for music support. Shane is our interim choir director, and Wayne is our interim accompanist. And they're wonderful. I can't wait for you to get to know them. They'll both be helping lead worship on Sunday. And we're grateful for their leadership during this interim time, but also that we're in an open search now, and that's going to be a community work. It's going to be a very inclusive process, open, adaptive. We're going to try some new things around how we listen to one another and how we explore kind of where our community is. And if you are interested in being a part of that, kind of closer in to some of the details, please let me know. Everybody's going to be a part of it, but if you'd like to be like really, really a part of it, like, helping read applications and working with some of the details, please let me know. But we are also, the presbytery just approved us opening a search for another associate pastor. We never replaced Samantha after she left. We were in COVID and just sort of waiting to see where we were. And there was just felt like a tipping point of unknowns that made us pause on that. We worked with Amy Kim to adjust her job description. We hired Melva Lowry. We gave Kat Kessler more responsibilities, and we tried, to support our youth program, and we did with basically a few part-time people, and somebody that already has a big job, Amy Kim, who works with our children and families, to kind of oversee and direct that. It definitely has become clear now that we're back to more programming that we need we're missing that staff person. Our staff is down now 2 really key positions without a director of music and without that second associate. So the Presbytery has approved Grace Covenant to set up a nominating committee, an associate pastor nominating committee. And you're going to be hearing about that this Sunday some more. And the nominating committee that for nominations is open to hearing your names and suggestions for people that you feel would be great to serve on this associate pastor nominating committee. We'll vote on that slate in the beginning of November. You'll hear about a called congregational meeting soon. And this position, this associate pastor, will be working with youth, young adults, our 20s, 30s, and also community partnerships, our Serve Council. So, these are big changes. We're leaning into unknowns. We are opening ourselves up to change and transformation and new folks coming into our community. Those are blessings. They're changes, and they're gifts. So, and all this is during, our stewardship campaign. And this kind of way that we can practice being open, trusting the Spirit, taking care of each other and ourselves in the midst of massive and profound changes. This is why Grace Covenant is an amazing place. A place where your life will be changed if you lean into this community. And that's why, for me, sharing some of my resources with Grace Covenant makes a lot of sense. I share a lot of my resources. I share monetary resources with my pledge, but I also share just my vocational resources, my skills, my gifts. So much of my life energy goes into this community, and sometimes that can be taxing, but all the time it's a blessing, it's a gift, because this community is definitely doing and being some things that make the world a better place. I believe that with everything I've got. So blessings to you on this Thursday as you move through changing leaves, changing situations, changing relationships. There is very little that is not changing. So I send my love to you, and I hope you remember we're all in this together. Take care, Grace Covenant.